What's up, guys? It is Jonathan with One Big Impact. So we're actually gonna go to the place that everybody thinks is my favorite, John Mart. But it is day 27 of the One Big Impact 30-day challenge, and we're gonna go in here and we're gonna kind of give you a little bit of an overview and give you a little bit of information on some products that you might come into contact with, or maybe some things that might help you out along your journey. So let's go check it out. Okay, so this first thing might seem kind of not like a big deal for a lot of people, but shopping around the outside of the store is going to be the best option, because you're going to get your fruits, your vegetables, you see over there still on the outside, and you're going all the way around. You get your dairy, your cheeses and stuff like that. You want to stay away from the, how do you say, the temptations in the inside. There's a couple aisles that you will maybe check out, like the first couple, as far as like frozen vegetables or something like that if you're looking for them in bulk, but other than that, you're going to stay away from them. Okay, so the next thing is try to buy in bulk, and not necessarily always to save on purchasing as far as like large quantities. For instance, like these don't come much bigger than that for my turkey, and as you can see I got 5 of them. It's pretty abnormal, but I got my taxes back, so I had a couple bucks. The reason I try to buy more, well, first of all, I'm on a motorcycle, my car's broke down, so it's a pain to go grocery shopping. But beyond that, it's important to try to save yourself trips to the grocery store, not only because it's going to save on gas, but also because it's going to save on, well, you guessed it, temptations. The less you're in the store, the less you're tempted to eat the crap that's running around the store, like that and that whole aisle. Okay, so the next thing is understand that this type of lifestyle, whether it's low carb or eating healthy in general, does have creative options. It's kind of like, how creative do you want to get? So for instance, like chopped pecans, 1 net carb per serving. You're going to have these guys, which have sugar alcohols in them, but they're going to be very low carb, very low sugar, sugar-free. You're going to have things like sugar-free Jell-O. There are options out there. It just kind of depends on how creative do you want to get. Side note on that, be very careful to get over creative, but also don't let yourself get bored with what you're doing. Be creative within your numbers, your figures, your calories, your net carbohydrates, because you really can enjoy yourself. It is not a death sentence to be healthy. Just make sure you're making healthy choices. For instance, I recently switched from Sweet and Low to Splenda, and I actually have a hell of a lot less headaches. So another quick little fun tip is, just like I told you about all the keto stuff, how it's going to be popping on the shelves, there's also little areas in which you need to pay attention to. Like you'll have cacao powder, cocoa powder, almond flour, the PB Fit, MCT oil powder. A lot of different things are going to be popping up, so pay attention to these type of areas. These are going to be like niche areas, but they're going to start growing. I'm not saying go super crazy and buy all this stuff, but just keep an eye on it, because you might have some fun, interesting new things that you can try to pop up in these areas. For the record, yes, Wally World to this date is still literally the cheapest for Atkins meals, $3.48. They have one as low as $3.28. They're by far the cheapest. They don't really go on sale, but they're not super bad, because this is an entire meal for $3. So the alternative would be what, 20 at a restaurant? Another thing is, try to keep in mind that some of the products that you're already eating on a daily basis may already be naturally low carbohydrates. So for instance, this Alfredo sauce here is only 50 calories per serving, which is a 1/4 cup, and it's actually 4 grams of carbohydrates. So still pretty low. If you were doing that with like zucchini noodles or something like that, definitely a viable option for somebody that's low carb. Maybe kind of pushing it as far as the induction phase, but you can definitely fit it in still. And also, if you're like in later phases like maintenance or Atkins 40 or Atkins 100 even, that a lot of people don't know exists, you can actually incorporate that with absolutely no issues whatsoever. Okay, so you're in the area in which they have like all the proteins and all the supplements and stuff like that. So something you need to be careful of, or remember at least, is not everything's all created equal. So if you look here, you're going to have 150 calories, 210 calories, 120 calories, 120, and 280. Carbs, completely different. Okay, you got one carb there, and so on. So you just got to be really careful and know that reading the packages matters, especially with supplements and stuff like that. You guys, aside from that, you know that they have Atkins bars and stuff like that. Amounts matter regardless of what you're eating, what you're consuming. Remember, if you're consuming something and it's not water, you really need to focus on exactly what it is. You guys have a beautiful day. Be stronger than excuses. Keep up the good work with this challenge. We're almost done, but the challenge just begins. The challenge isn't really when the challenge is there, because then I'm watching you. It's when I'm not watching you. Haha, I'm always watching you. Have a good day, guys. Oh, if you're new here, check us out on Facebook. Our group is called Healthy Living for a Healthy Life. I'll put links in the description below. Peace.